So the OTS is a brand new SMG in Season 4 of Cold War and Warzone, and you can unlock it for free with a weapon challenge in Warzone, as well as Cold War multiplayer and zombies. But today I'll show you how to complete this challenge to unlock it easily and quickly in Warzone if you don't have Cold War. So it's tailored to all Warzone players, but it's probably particularly useful for those who have just Warzone and not Cold War. So what I'm going to do in this video is quickly explain the challenge, give the best class setup and game modes for this, and then some quick tips to help you get the challenge done even faster. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video so you don't miss out on any important tips. And then once you unlock this weapon, you may want to level it up or unlock gold or diamond camo on this weapon. So I'll have some camo guides for this weapon and a guide on how to level up guns fast. So check out those videos, there'll be a card for that on screen and there'll be links in the description too. I'll also probably have timestamps for this video as well. Now this weapon is most easily unlocked in Cold War multiplayer and zombies, but it can still be fairly easy to unlock in Warzone with these simple tips. So if you're struggling, don't worry, hopefully it'll be a lot easier by the end of this video. So the challenge for the OTS SMG says that what you need to do is, using SMGs, kill 2 or more players rapidly in 15 different completed matches. So basically you want to get one rapid kill in 15 different games, and a rapid kill is obviously killing 2 or more enemies within a very short amount of time. It's usually about 3 to 5 seconds between each kill you have, and that will count as a rapid kill. Now you'll know when this counts as a rapid kill because you'll get a medal popping up on the screen which says like double kill or triple kill or something like that. So that tells you you've definitely got the challenge done. And if you don't see it, you unlikely haven't gotten a rapid kill in that game so far. Now a quick note is that currently in Cold War and sometimes in Warzone, the weapon unlock challenges require completed matches, meaning you can't leave the game early, you've got to stay until the end. For a while in Warzone you could leave the match straight away, and you still can to an extent, but more recently it's changed where some people will have the progress register straight away correctly and they can leave the game. So if you see your progress got by 1 in a game, that means you can leave the game. But for other people, they won't have it straight away, even if they've done it, even if they know they've got rapid kill, it still won't track, and what they have to do unfortunately is wait until the end of the match, until it's finished, in order to get the progress for that challenge. So basically if your progress doesn't track, stay in the match until it finishes, or otherwise it can mess up and you'll have to end up spending longer to get the challenge done by leaving early. And as soon as you get the progress, back out the game and start the next match. Now you need to kill the enemy completely for this challenge, so you can't just down them into last stand mode. However, you can kill a downed enemy as one of your 2 kills for the rapid kill. So if someone's downed an enemy into that last stand mode and left them, you can come along and kill them as one of your kills, and then you can kill another player. That will count. But what won't count is if you just shoot someone to down them into that last stand mode but they haven't actually died. That won't count as a kill because you haven't been the one to finish them off. So if there's a downed enemy near you and an alive enemy, go for the alive one first to kill them so they can't kill you, and then kill the one that's in last stand. And as you'll see in the gameplay, I actually had that as one of my games, so you can see it counts because I did it, and the challenge progress went up by 1. Now also, just as a quick note, the pre-game lobby kills don't seem to count towards this challenge progress either. So I got a double kill in the pre-game lobby, but this did not affect my challenge progress whatsoever, whereas for the rest of the games, as soon as I got the double kill, it went up straight away. It seems to me that the pre-game lobby kills don't count. So let's quickly jump into the class setup, then we'll talk about the map and mode, and then the strategy, and then some other ways if you're really struggling. So for the class setup, you're going to want to put on any SMG. So I think I put on the LC10, but you can put on whatever you guys want. And then for the secondary, I would either put a generic secondary weapon like a launcher or something, although you probably won't need it. Or alternatively, you can equip the overkill perk in the tier 2 slot, and that will allow you to take a second primary weapon. So in this case, you'd want a second SMG, which you can quickly swap to get the second kill. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can either put another secondary weapon, or you can get another SMG by using the overkill perk. So for the perks then, you're going to want to put on something like EOD in perk 1, which will allow you to take reduced damage from non-killstreak explosives and fire. You're then going to want to put on High Alert in tier 2, and what this does is it allows your vision to pulse when enemies outside of your field of view can see you. So basically if someone's looking at you and they're going to shoot you, it will tell you so you can quickly hide and get out of the way so you're not shot and die, because it's so annoying when that happens and you don't want that to be happening to you. Alternatively, like I say, if you don't want that, you can put on the overkill perk and get a second SMG as your primary weapon. And obviously, like I said, the benefit of this is that as soon as you get 1 kill with the first SMG, instead of having to reload or anything like that, quickly swap to the second SMG to get the second kill, and if you do it quick enough, you'll get it within the time to get a rapid kill. Now the third perk I'd put on is Tracker, and this allows you to see enemy footsteps, which can be quite useful for scouting out enemies. But if you've put on a second SMG, then I'd recommend putting on Amped, which is a perk that allows you to swap between your weapons faster. So obviously it's great for that if you're swapping between SMGs. For the equipment, you're going to want to put on a lethal such as a C4 or a thermite. You'll rarely actually need this, but it can be used to down enemies into that last down mode, which can be risky obviously because sometimes it will kill them completely, which you don't want. But sometimes if there's like a large group of enemies and you throw it, you might be able to injure some of them, possibly even down some of them, and that way you can come along and do the rest of the damage with your weapon, and that will count towards your SMG challenge progress. The tactical you want to put on is something like a stim shot, which allows you just to heal when you're in a gunfight. And for the field upgrade, I'd put on stopping power, which allows you to do more damage to enemies, so you're more likely to kill them in a quicker amount of time. So in terms of the map and mode, I would say Plunder is the best one to go for because it's got custom loadouts, infinite respawns, and there's no gas or anything like that. But when you go to find a Plunder match, make sure you turn squad fill off on the menu before searching for a match, because this will mean you won't have teammates on your squad, and therefore when you die in the game you can keep respawning where you want to rather than being dragged across the whole map to somewhere else where your teammates are. Because if you die in a certain place and your teammates are on the other side of the map, you will be dragged over to them and respawn there, and if you want to go to a specific part of the map, it's not useful. So turn off squad fill, it will be very helpful, and I'm sure you guys will be thanking me afterwards for anyone that didn't know that. So what's the main strategy for getting this challenge done to get the SMG? Well, first of all, when spawning in, you want to head to a high traffic area of the map. So for example, a new point of interest on the map, or superstore or storage town. Those are two good ones that never fail. And there's lots of enemies there for fast kills. So you need to kill 2 enemies rapidly. So obviously what this means is that you need to search out enemies by watching your minimap and your compass for red dots. You want to listen out for footsteps, gunshots. You want to hear parachutes or enemy spawning nearby, anything like that. Listen out for those cues and look for those cues to help you find where enemies are. Also, you can buy or find UAVs, and that can help you find where enemies are, but if you buy 3 of them rapidly from the shop, you can create an advanced UAV which can allow you to see exactly where enemies are, and you can get an advantage on them. There's normally a shop in Storage Town anyway, so let's say you went to Storage Town or Superstore, whatever, there's shops there. You can buy 3 UAVs as long as you've got enough cash. So if that's the case, you might need to go and get some cash, but once you do that, buy 3 UAVs and call them in, and you can make yourself an advanced UAV and see exactly where enemies are and head towards where there's a few enemies near each other so you can quickly get those kills, and that can be really useful for getting this challenge done. So don't miss out on that if you think that might be helpful. The other thing as well is if you don't want to buy these UAVs, you can also find and use red doors on the map, which are a new feature in Season 4. And basically what it means is that if you find a red door and you go through it, it will teleport you to a room with like lots of loot crates, and it will also have an advanced UAV in the room. And obviously if you pick that up, you can then make your way to a high flow area such as Storage Town, but it doesn't have to be, and then call in the advanced UAV to follow the enemies. But remember, with an advanced UAV you can also just visit other spots with lots of enemies, so it doesn't have to be Storage Town, but that's just one example. And then you can go to that area, call it in, and see exactly where the enemies are and try and get close to them to get these rapid kills. Now if you don't like visiting Superstore or Storage Town, then other great areas to get kills relate to sort of money deposit sites around the map, or you can also go to enemies marked as high earners, to basically people that's got lots of cash and are doing well in the game. That's because as well as them, they'll also have lots of teammates with them. Often they'll be close by. It gives you a chance to get a few kills, but obviously be careful not to die because there's several of them. You might be going against several people, so be careful, but it can be a useful way if you're struggling at Storage Town and Superstore and stuff like that. Now if you down someone to kill them as soon as possible and then get another kill, or as mentioned, if there is someone who's already downed either by you or another enemy, then kill the alive or active enemy before returning to killing the downed player, but be quick as they may be shot by someone else or they may kill themselves, and if they do that, I believe it won't count. So you've got to finish off both enemies. And you will also want to make sure that you've picked up and put on armor, reloaded your weapon, or equipped the stopping power magazine before you enter a gunfight. Otherwise you may die more easily, or it will take too long, then you have to reload and so on, and then the double kill won't count because you've taken too long. So prepare before you enter a gunfight. Don't just rush in and then find you need to reload and put on armor and all that, or you die. It's just too frustrating and you're more likely to fail. Another method which is more frowned upon but you can still use obviously is staying in the plane until it reaches the end of the flight path, at which point all of the inactive players will be kicked out of the plane and they'll drop to the ground. There's potentially a few easy kills here or a few double kill medals, but be careful because you'll often find that lots of players who are active will try and exploit this strategy and find inactive players. So if there are any active players, kill them first and then go back to the ones that are inactive. So that's kind of the main strategy for getting this double kill challenge in Warzone. But if you struggle to complete the challenge in Warzone, I would also recommend there's a few other things you could do. So you could look out for the occasional free to play weekends to play Cold War multiplayer for free, and that way you can hop across to that game, get the challenge done, and then go back to Warzone. I'm sure there'll be a free to play weekend soon, And then also you can look out for the occasional limited time modes. So for example, Kingslayer or Warzone Rumble, they come around every now and then. They'll probably be one within a few weeks, if not definitely by the start of Season 5. So that would be worth as well. If you're really struggling with the challenge, you can use those modes. It's much easier for getting kills quickly, and you'll get a lot more double kills, you guys will find. So if you guys have Cold War and want to complete the challenge in multiplayer or zombies, I'll have a card for that guide on screen alongside a link in the description. But obviously this is just focused on Warzone. But like I say, if you do want to jump across to Cold War, I have got a guide for that as well. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, I'd appreciate if you could take a second to leave a like on the video, and be sure to check out my Season 4 Battle Pass video to level up tiers fast, and you can also enter my COD points giveaway that way. I've also got plenty of other camo guides, DLC weapon unlock videos, best class setups, tips and tricks and so on, such as how to level up your weapons fast on the channel. So do check out those if you're interested after unlocking this weapon. If you need any other guides to do with leveling up the weapon or getting camos done, then definitely check those out. I've got loads of those videos and playlists on my channel. But if you like the content you see, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming Cold War or Warzone videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next video.